Hey, Dr. Windisch from Wellness. We're doing a dry run today and walking kind of fake patients through. So we've got some staff members here and we're going to videotape it so you can see what your check-in process is going to look like here at Job Corps. So Fernando is going to go ahead and take the lead and do your thing.
So it's very simple. The very first thing we're going to do as you walk into the door, the person stationed right here is going to ask how you came into Job Corps, either through public transport, such as the bus, or private transport if a guardian brought you in. So this is what I'm going to do right now. Do you know how you arrived? Was it publicly or private? Private. You got it. So I'm going to write you this note here. You're going to want to hold on to this note until you leave here, okay? So, I didn't even write the number. There you go. So if you want to follow me, I'll take you to your station.
You'll then be escorted over to a tent where one of the other nurses will ask you some more questions, and then we'll do your COVID testing.
Greg will take good care of you here, okay? Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
Fine, how are you, sir?
Very well. My name is Craig. I'm going to be taking care of you today. I'm going to be doing your COVID test, okay?
Okay.
Can I get your name and student ID number?
Gigi Joseph. Gigi Joseph. And the student ID, yes.
Do you believe that you have been exposed to COVID?
No.
I'm going to take your temperature right on the corner.
So this is a thermometer that Greg's using. I know it's hard to hear the voices because of the masks.
And we're going to do a O2 and pulse.
So next he's taking a pulse and an oxygen saturation. Just sits on your finger for a second.
This is just a consent form for the COVID-19 test.
Okay.
Next, we'll have you fill out a consent form for us to give you the COVID-19 test. Without the COVID-19 test, unfortunately, you will not be able to come back to Job Corps Center at this time. But we do need your permission to do the test.
We're just simulating everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you agree to this, you would sign here,
Okay.
and then we would commence with COVID-19.
You want me to sign or just? Okay. Then next one.
This is, yeah, so while we're doing the testing, I'm going to have those students fill out all this information.
Okay.
There's enrollment stuff in that that we would need to know.
No fever throughout 6 feet apart. No COVID diagnosis, nothing else. I agree with you.
Next, we'll give you a paper that'll have the COVID safety guidelines on it that you'll just simply sign to acknowledge you've received them.
Yeah.
And so then at this point, I would ask you to take down your mask.
Okay, at this point, Greg would put a Q-tip in your nose. Doesn't go in very far. This is not one of the brain sampling Q-tips. And it would go in a machine that'll be sitting right behind Greg. Those tests will then cook for 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, we'll have your COVID results. Depending on the test results, we'll determine which dormitory you go to.
I appreciate that.
We're trying to make sure that we have everything ironed out.
Today, in the interest of time, we're only going to wait for 5 minutes, but in the real world, you would wait for 15. The radios that you keep hearing going off in the background are going to be part of the background noise in your check-in process, because we need to be able to talk to security and to transportation, dorm staff, etc. So there's going to be a lot of background chatter when you're in here.
And then, if the student needed any help with this paperwork, I would be here to answer questions for them, help them fill everything out. Each student will get a free pen.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
At the end, depending on your test results, Greg will then radio to campus security which van will need to come pick you up and where you'll need to go. So a lot of sitting around, as you can see. If you come with your own luggage, you'll be asked to set it behind Greg or hand it off to Greg, and he will set it behind him while you're checking in. Once we've done your COVID test and you're ready to move to your dorm, then Greg will hand you your luggage back and you will take it with you on to your next destination.
Do I have to keep this or I can give it to you?
You will give this to me.
To me.
This is so that I know how you arrive at the facility.
If anybody coming to the job for any student or somebody in the front gate, if they don't have a mask, will you guys provide a mask
Yes. There will be masks provided.
in the front gate?
I believe at the front gate. I'm trying to follow all the protocols to make sure everyone's taken care of.
Today we're using timers on our phones to decide how long we need to wait. In the real world, the machine will tell us when it's done.
So this is the last stage over here. From here,
Yeah, so after this point, wherever your result comes up, we will then notify transportation
okay.
via a code system so they know where to take you. And then once the transportation van shows up, then one of our staff members will escort you out to
To
that.
the respective zone.
Yes.
Okay, and the machine today would tell us that he is positive. So at this point in time, Greg is going to radio security.
So
Mr. Transportation. I have a code for it.
I have been tested as positive or negative?
This is a positive result.
Positive. So I'll be going to, as per the positive result, they'll be taking me. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, as soon as security is ready, Fernando or whoever's working the front door will come escort you to Sydney at the back door.
Okay, so you arrived in a personal vehicle. So that actually went with a positive result when a student arrived in a personal vehicle. We would take the student back to that personal vehicle so they can get going from there.
So they'll be going home?
Yes. So. Wellness to transportation. Wellness to transport. I need to correct that code 4 to a code 10.
This particular patient came in by private vehicle, so his driver would have been asked to remain at the front gate, and he will be given the opportunity to either go home, which is probably the better option, or to go into the isolation dorm.
So I can go.
As soon as they show up, one of our staff members will escort you out.
Okay.
So at this point, we're just waiting for the drivers from transportation to show up. They'll be here in just a minute or two.
So they will be taking me to the isolation dorm or to the front gate?
In this case, we would take you to the front gate so that you could go. We're going to encourage our students to isolate at home instead of isolating here. If they've arrived by public transportation, then they stay.
Alright, sir, your ride is here. I can get you over to where
Okay, thank you, sir.
the exit
Have a
is.
great
And if you want to take that note with you?
So Fernando is here,
Right this way.
and we're going to escort the student out.
So you're going to want to show that note to Miss Sydney, who's waiting at the
And
door.
Miss Sydney, Miss Ellis will make sure that you get onto the right bus or van or transportation vehicle to get to where you need to be.
Alright. You can head right over to that white van over there.
And then you and your luggage would board the vehicle. And go to where you need to be. So this is how the first day runs. And when we start testing staff, because all staff will be COVID tested next week, we'll videotape how the actual test is done. I'll videotape myself so you can see the actual test. Look forward to seeing you here at Job Corps. We'll see you very soon.